Hello guys, welcome back. Good morning. Morning. Hope you had a great weekend and now back to work. We have to see what we have this week. Hope we're gonna have some nice setups coming up. Okay, looks like you guys already on some trades. Take a look now, see what we have, what we don't have. Gonna start like always from the first pair to the last one. Okay, so first thing we do is clean the charts, right? So we want to start fresh, draws new zones and everything. So I'm gonna start from Euro USD, see what we have. So first thing, we are on the same level as last week, and we are having rejections, right? So what can we see here? A lot of rejection, which means this zone is pretty strong, right? Every time price came here, you can see the rejections we had, which means immediately that this is a very strong zone. And last time we broke this, you can see the move to the upside was massive, And last week, after NFP, we had this big drop to the downside, made a retest, and you can see already moving to the downside. Now price had some difficulties to break the zone. Looks like it closed above at this candle. Looks like it closed above, but I wouldn't take this as a very good confirmation. So for me, would need a very good close. Let's say if this current candle closes like this bullish, I'm gonna enter on the retest to continue up to the next zone. So we're gonna wait for this candle to close. This current candle needs to close above for us to take a trade, and I think it's gonna be pretty good. It looks very good. Euro JPY looks the same. Looks like we're gonna have the same setup on both pairs. So if EJ breaks this, we're also gonna have a nice range fill to the upside. Not too much traffic on the left. So let's wait and see. If price doesn't break that, we might have a chance to enter a break and retest of this minor zone here, which EJ created in the last few hours, let's say. So we'll have to wait and see. We have this small consolidation box here, and we'll wait for a break either side. EA, not gonna trade EA for now. We'll have to wait and see if it does give us a good setup. I would like to say that this might be a good zone to break if we want to take a trade, but for now, nothing much. Okay, UJ, let's clean this chart first. On UJ, we had this big consolidation box, right? And it took a while until it broke up. After NFP, we had a breakout. Now price came all the way down. We can say maybe for a retest, but our zone it's a little lower than the price is right now. So I would like to have a retest to this zone here, 105.680, maybe 700, but we don't know if that's gonna happen. So when we look at UJ where it's coming from, I don't see a zone basically. I mean, we have this next one here. So what could we expect from this is after we're having some rejections, price to continue and fill this range, but very small chance that price might come deeper to make that retest. Now, what are we gonna do here? Let's see. Uh, if if I would take this, would probably be I would probably take buys here, but with my stop loss only below this. Why? Because it's a pretty big range here to fill. It's a pretty big range from this point. Not very big actually. Let me check. No, it's only 10 pips. But entering here uh, would just let's say we enter here, but price decides to come deeper for that retest of this consolidation box. So it's going to be a 10 pip range, and if we do enter here, the chance of being in a 10 more pips in drawdown is there. So because if we enter here, we're going to have to enter also on this one, but we're going to have to use at least a 10 pip stop loss on the last position, and this is going to be now 20 pip stop loss. So the risk is there. But what I would do here is I would only use a 4 pip stop loss. I would only use a 4 pip stop loss just below the previous wick, because this seems like the retest. Price hasn't really continued up yet, but I think it's gonna take some time because we know it's UJ and it doesn't move that much. But you know, price already came for that retest. It got rejected from the wicks, and it's only 4 pip range. So even from here, if it does continue up, it would make sense. So I don't know. Let me check the daily. Yeah, the daily looks pretty good too. The only thing that looks suspicious is that daily rejected from this zone here. Daily got rejected from this zone. I would say I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna take UJ. I would rather wait for a good break in another pair. But if you want, you can risk like 4 pips. Use less risk maybe. But for me, I think not gonna take anything here. Even though this has good chances. I mean, EURUSD is way better. It's way better. Let me check. Yeah, so based on the 4 hour, you see, last week we had a very good push to the upside. Now coming all the way down, it doesn't really make sense. So it would make sense to have continuation from this point here. We already had a rejection, which we can take it as another confirmation after the breakout. But I don't know. Have to wait and see. Let's see if we have any other setups. USD CAD. Okay, so first thing we see is immediately the support here. Price created this support. We had a few rejections. Price came, got rejected first. Second time, went all the way down. Then we had this big push here. Not the best breakout, but it closed above. Small retest continuation. Another try, got rejected to the upside again. Then we had a few tries to break, didn't break to the downside. Now price is pushing down. We might see a break, a retest and continuation. Free traffic on the left all the way down to this next zone, which has around 30 pip range, 30 pips, so it's pretty good. It looks pretty good. Gonna have to wait and see if it does break or not, because it might give us a very nice chance here. Okay, what about GU here? I think GU for me, it's not the best right now. I don't see any setup on GU. Aussie dollar. Let's take a look to the 1 hour. Too many zones on Aussie dollar. I think it's a little bit messy to trade it. So I'm gonna skip this too. Maybe later on we'll see what we have. New Zealand USD. This was an epic call. This was an epic. I hope you guys took it on Friday. But this was perfect. What a trade. Morning guys. Welcome back. Now let's see, Euro New Zealand. I'm only gonna stay with the setups that make more sense. If I don't see a clean chart, I'm just gonna skip it. Not gonna stay for too long on it, because when you see a good setup, you see it right immediately. Like, you don't have to look too much at it to see that you have a good setup. So for now, most of the pairs doesn't have anything good. Now GBP CAD looks pretty good. It's quite a lot of rejections at this level, and once you have a break above, it can easily continue to the next zone. But we don't know if it's going to break to the upside or maybe to the downside. This looks like a good support too, but let's go take a look at the 4 hour and see what we have. 4 hour, we have the same level. That's good. If 1 hour and a 4 hour zones match with each other, that's always great. So you see, on the 4 hour I drew this, and on the 1 hour it makes perfect sense. It's at the same place and we have the same support on 1 hour too. What if we break this? We might have a chance to continue down. EuroCAD looks like having some massive rejections here. So many candles rejecting this. If we do break above, wow, this can be very nice too. Almost 20 candles rejecting the same zone. Looks like it's going to be epic. But we're going to have to wait and see. Guys, send charts please. If you want an opinion or anything, send charts, okay? Because there are 100 pairs that exist. Can't go through all of them for you. Send a chart, then we can discuss. It's better for you and for me too. And don't go to trade some slow pairs, some pairs that nobody trades, like NZD JPY. What's that pair? You know, focus on major pairs. You have a lot more information for major pairs. There's no need to go to trade these kind of pairs. Have you seen a very successful trader trading NZD JPY? No. Have you tried Renkos? No. I think I saw how it works, but it's not for me. Euro USD. Waiting for a breakout, retest, continue up. Yeah, pretty good. Same as am I. Just waiting for that breakout to the upside. Have you taken any trade on NFP? No. I just held my NZD USD. I had this trade. I held this during NFP and it melted down. It was perfect. So the news was in my favor. The thing is, I was in profits before the news came, so I didn't have anything to worry about. I just protected my profits. Stop loss at break even. It didn't even come close to my stop loss or to my entry. You know, this was the biggest retracement that SDUSD made. So after that, you can see this huge drop to the downside. There was no risk at all here. And basically when we entered, there was no drawdown. Not even 1 or 2 pips, I think. I think it straight went down. This is the beauty of this way of trading. You know, most of the time you're not gonna have drawdown at all. GJ doesn't really have anything right now. GJ is still consolidating in between these two zones. We have like this small consolidation box. Have to wait and see. The thing is, like we said before, GJ is rejecting this major resistance here. It's not quite there yet. I mean, it is. Actually, it is. Just look what happened last time we broke this level. All the way down. This was a crazy move. But look at what happened also before, after this huge drop, after we came all the way up, trying to break to the upside. Still couldn't break. We had a 700 pip drop from the same level. Now we're having another rejection. So it's not going to be easy to break this. This is a key level for GJ. The moment GJ breaks this, then it's game over. You're going to have at least 200 pip move to the upside, then maybe another 200-300 pips to the upside, and fill this range all the way up. You only have a few targets in between, a few rejections, a few resistance levels that might cause some problems, but once we break this one right now that's rejecting, it's game over for GJ. Because look what happened last time. Look what happened last time. We had this perfect breakout on the daily, then all the way up 700 pip move. So the same thing can happen. You can expect to happen again once we break this. So it's going to be a very nice one. Yeah, that was during Brexit or elections, I don't know. But still, it's a key level for GJ. Every time price came at the same zone, every time it got rejected. This is a daily chart, so you can imagine for days it couldn't break, for months maybe. Yeah, so this was December to all the way February. So for months GJ couldn't break. When it did that breakout, then game over all the way down. Now we'll have to wait and see. I don't know how much GJ is gonna drop. It depends if we do get a break on lower time frames, but I know that it's gonna have a lot of problems to break that. And you can see the previous candle closed all the way bearish, but we have a small minus zone right here on the daily on GJ. And if we go on the 4-hour, we can see the same thing. We have the support, all these rejections on the same level, and we go on the 1-hour, we have the same thing. So what does this mean? If we do break below 138, we're gonna have a nice move to at least 137.800, which is not a very big range, but for us it is. 20 pips would be enough for us here. Yeah, let's see. If we do break the resistance here, 139.200, that's going to be an epic move to the upside. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like it's pushing down. We might have a break, who knows? But we're gonna have to be careful on the London Open so we don't get the same pullback that we had. USD CAD got rejected. UJ is rejecting. Yeah, possibly UJ is gonna push all the way up, but we might have to wait and see. Looks like EURUSD also got rejected, so seems like we're not gonna have a break. We'll have to see what we can do on EURUSD. The thing is, we had a close above, but it was very weak. It was very weak. So what can happen here is this. What can happen here is this. So if this was the breakout, let's see, and price created support here because we have plenty of rejections right here after this small breakout to the upside, but it was very weak. Now price tried to continue up, it couldn't, got rejected all the way down. If price, or if this candle closes below, small pullback and continuation to a downside, I think would be perfect here. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, because I think it looks a pretty good setup. And coming all the way down like this, huge momentum to the downside, I think it's gonna be a good opportunity for us. And we get a wick fill here to a downside. I think it's gonna be a daily wick fill, yeah. So a daily didn't fill this wick yet, so it might give us a chance. Gonna have to wait and see. Just to wait and see. I think it's pretty easy. Just continuation, break after break, and gonna expect some continuation after this candle closes like this. I think also on UJ, okay, since we didn't enter at this retest here, you can see that created a small minor zone here. We had these rejections before, then we had this candle closing below, we had all these rejections happening at the same level. So what can we expect from this? If this candle breaks above, once it does, we can wait for a pullback and continuation. So if we didn't catch this retest, now we have a small minor zone that we can base our trade on. So once it does close above, that's when we're going to be way more comfortable taking a trade on UJ. But not now, because now there's not much confirmation for price to continue up. Because you're going to have this resistance. If you're taking buys here, what about this? Because this can cause you problems. So a way better confirmation would be for price to close above, a retest, then continuation to the upside. That would make much more sense than buying here. I would understand if you took an entry here, but after price got rejected, now I would rather wait for this zone to break before, then I'll look for buys after the breakout of this zone. So let's wait and see. This is going to be our resistance. If it does break above, I'm going to enter on the retest. Of course, if it does give us a retest because we know that it can't continue without one. So let's wait and see. When London Open price doesn't retest because of high volume, no, I don't think that's true. Most of the time, you're gonna get a retest, and it's the opposite. When London opens and you have a breakout, you get the retest in seconds actually. Let's clean this and draw this again. This is the consolidation box. We're waiting for a breakout, so let's wait and see. But yeah, London Open is gonna bring some volume in, so it's just it's better for us, more volume. And when there's more volume, you can expect breakouts too. Okay, if you guys have any charts, send them. Morning, guys. Welcome. Would it be tradable looking at that there's a holiday today for Canada? Well, if Canada has a holiday, then you don't expect too much from CAD. That doesn't mean GBP is not gonna move. Let me check the news here and see what we have today. Okay, so looks like there is no high impact news for another 7 hours. Then there's some USD news 7 hours later, so I don't see anything that we need to worry about. I mean, we're not going to expect a very, very volatile market today. It's Monday, so it's going to take some time to set up, and we just have to be patient. We find a good setup, we take 10 20 pips, and then we're done. Do you mainly do DJ? I do all these pairs that I have on the right, but not all of them at the same time. So gold, not this, not this. So I focus on these major pairs that I have on my right. Doesn't mean that I trade them every day. So today I might have a trade on EU, tomorrow I might have a trade on GJ. So whenever I get a setup on one of these pairs, if I get two at a time, then I get to choose which one I want to take. And of course, I choose the one that I have more experience on it. So if there's a trade on NZUSD and GBP of course I'll choose GJ because I have a GJ first is gonna make it's gonna move a lot better. It's gonna move a lot faster than NZUSD. So why not? And I have a lot more experience on with GJ. Hello from Aussie. Welcome. Okay, let's take a look at these charts. What do we have here? Aussie dollar 1 hour resistance support. I said before about Aussie dollar, so I'm not looking at it because there's too many zones in between, and I just don't like it for now. Yes, we have resistance here, but yes, we have another resistance here. So this is only a 10-15 pip range in between, and we already have two zones. And yes, we have another zone above here, so plenty of zones in between. I'd rather take another pair that has a better setup, a clean setup. Okay, let's check this other chart. Waiting for a break, then a retest, 30 pips, 35 pips to resistance. Not bad, not bad. Euro NZD, it doesn't look that bad. There's not much on the left. I mean, we have a few rejections. We have a few rejections at this small resistance. Why not? We can try. The thing is, once it closes above this, the next zone is very close. So most of the time, Euro NZD, when it does break, most of the times it's going to continue straight to the next zone because it's pretty close. And But why not? We can wait for this to close above, then a retest to continue up. If that does happen, it's a good chance. But if I do get a setup on other pair, I'd rather choose another pair because I don't really trust that much Euro NZD. So have to wait and see. EJ got rejected too. Okay. EU is dropping. I hope it doesn't go without making a retest. Oh, UJ is flying too. Wow. John, you said the same, you sent the same chart again. Okay, so possible setups coming are USD once it does broke, once it closes like this, we're gonna wait for a retest and continuation to fill this next range, fill this range to the left. Euro USD, it's gonna be the same, but I think Euro USD now it's done. I don't think we're gonna have a retest, and I don't think I'm gonna take the retest after this huge drop. So right now, there would be, it doesn't make sense to enter the retest because the pullback would be crazy big. First, second, it's coming from another zone now because it already reached the target that we had. So no trade here. USD CAD got rejected from this support again. What if maybe we can take a trade based on this small resistance it created here? Why not? Maybe it will make sense. Let me check now. Just gonna clean this chart. Okay, this is better. Now we have this support here. We go on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we have the same support. And what's expected from USD CAD here? Well, basically, you would expect this to continue and continue to the next resistance. After breaking several resistance zones, you would expect continuation again. So pullback, a breakout, a retest, continuation, made a new high after creating this previous resistance. Now this was a very strong resistance for USD CAD, and you can see where I put my resistance on the 4-hour. All these 4-hour candles closed at the same level. Now be very careful. Look at this very closely. Look at the line on the 4-hour. Now we go on the 1-hour. What do we see? The same level that I said, let's wait for a breakout. So all these rejections, why are they happening? Because you saw on the 4-hour we have resistance. That's why all these candles are rejecting this level. Now this one made this a retest of this support, and also it's breaking this small resistance. If this candle closes above, a small pullback, and we can expect a move to the upside very easily. So let's wait and see. I think it can be a pretty nice trade. We can have quick push to the next zone. It's not a big range, but it's around 15 pips. And it might break this and make a new high, who knows. But we'll see how many pips the breakout's going to be, because we need a good breakout to be sure. If USD CAD only makes like a small close above, then of course we're not gonna have a good confirmation, and we might skip this. So we'll have to try to find another one. GJ is still in this consolidation box. There's no break yet. We have to wait and see. GCAD might give us a breakout, but as it looks right now, it's not a good one. It's not a good close. It hasn't gone too far from support. We need at least 10 pips breakout. Erman, good morning. EuroCAD, it's okay. Okay, looks like we might have a break and retest on EuroCAD. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Thing is, we need a good breakout. Closing like this, not gonna convince me taking it. So we'll see. GJ is rejecting. What else did we have? USD CAD. Let's wait and see if it does break above. UJ, it's almost 99.99% is gonna close above, because I don't see the price coming all the way down before this candle closes. So if UJ closes like this, which it's gonna do, gonna need a retest, right? So I don't see how the retest is gonna happen. If we have a very strong momentum like this, I think only a small pullback, then it's gonna push to the upside, because coming all the way down to make that retest is almost 10 pip range, and I don't believe UJ is gonna do that. That's gonna be pretty hard for UJ. So if this candle closes like this, we might have a pullback around here maybe. So entering in a 5 pip range maybe would make sense, and using our stop loss just right here around 4 pips stop loss, 4 or 5 pips, thing would make sense. But coming all the way down to make a retest, that would be a huge pullback for UJ, and I don't think that's gonna happen, and it's just pushing a lot more, and the range becomes even bigger now. But I think USD CAD is going to give us a setup here. We have 5 minutes left. We don't need this to go all the way up to next zone without making the retest. Euro GBP broke resistance. I don't trade that pair, so I'm not gonna look at it at all. But if you like Euro GBP, then why not trade it? But personally, I didn't have good experience with it, and I think it's known for fake outs. Every time I traded it, I didn't have good experience with it. Let's wait and see. I don't trade it because, like I said, it's known for fake outs. Didn't really respect zones like I expected, so I just stay away from it. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have a very good break on USD CAD. Let's see. Small pullback, and we are in. Let's wait and see. Yeah, keyword is we have to wait and see. Keyword is patience. Every day we need patience. If you're gonna wait for a breakout, then you're gonna need a lot of patience. But when time comes, it pays. What about GJ? EJ? Yeah, EJ is breaking down too, but thing is, EJ has a support here, and DJ has a small support here. So it's like in between two zones, and I don't trust it that much. Okay, we have a close. We have a close. USD CAD, perfect. Let's see if it does give us a retest. Let's wait for that pullback. It needs to come here. Once it comes, we will enter if, of course, it doesn't move all the way up before the retest. No, not on USD CAD. What did I say? I said that we need a retest. Euro USD. Think EA can continue down, but we have a small breakout to the downside, but I don't know if we can trust that. If we go and see, we have a small resistance here too. We might consider this as a retest and continuation to this next zone. We had a big bearish candle coming all the way from resistance, and we might see continuation, but it's a little bit risky. UJ made a small pullback and all the way up. It looks like we ended up with no retests. GJ pushed all the way up. GCAD all the way up. Okay, this might be a good thing. We might get a break on GCAD at least. EuroCAD closed below and now coming for a retest, but I don't trust this. There's too many zones in between. It's a messy pair for me. Okay, so let's see. Euro USD, Euro JPY. Big, pretty big pullback. I think it's coming from the London Open. Small volume. If I would take a sell here, stop loss should have been above the breakout candle, above this wick around here, but I don't know if I can trust this. Like I said, we have zones on the left, so I wouldn't be very comfortable taking this. UJ no retest. USD CAD already moved, so I'm not gonna take this. Not gonna take this. The only reason, guys, is that it's already touched this next zone here, and then coming for a retest, it might be risky, so I'm just gonna skip this for now. I will wait for a better opportunity. Aussie dollar, we had a good bearish close here. And we have also a small zone here. Let me see, because this might be good. Who knows? Aussie dollar. I think it just needs to come a little higher, and we can take some sells here, because we have these candles closing below this and we have these candles closing above, so we're like in between. I'm gonna try to enter in between this zone here, if it does come higher, because yeah, looks like we're gonna miss everything today. Looks like already dropped. John, what pair are you talking about? Because I think I said not taking USD CAD. Well, GJ can break above, but still not gonna take, not gonna be able to take it because it's gonna have we're gonna have to wait for the breakout, which is in 1 hour. Wow, UJ already felt the range. Didn't really expect this. 20 pip move all the way from down here. Tyler caught some good buys. Nice one, Tyler. Let's see if Aussie dollar comes a little higher. I'm gonna take some sells. So I'm gonna wait for this to come once again. Once it comes, I'm gonna take it, and it should continue and fill this range to the downside. Maybe make a new low. Who knows? Do you use less risk percentage on Mondays and Fridays? Well, sometimes I do, sometimes not. On Fridays, usually, I reduce my risk because on Fridays a lot of things happen that you can't explain, maybe some weird moves. And on Mondays, I don't think why I would do that. Mondays are pretty good, to be honest, most of the time. Nothing to worry about on Mondays. I mean, it takes some time for the market to set up and start to move properly, but I think Asian session is for that. So on London session, you're all ready to go. Next hour, I think we're gonna have some good ones like GJ, GCAD. All of them are breaking up. GJ pushed a lot. GU not doing that much. Have to wait and see. Maybe EJ is gonna break too. If it does close above this resistance, then can get a chance. Just a matter of time. I wanted to catch Aussie dollar, but didn't come higher. Once it goes bearish, then it's done. It's not valid anymore. Stop loss would be just above the where the previous 1 hour candle started, but from here that would be around 5-6 pips. If we enter right now would be 10 pips, but I should have entered here, and if it would come higher I would enter another, make another entry, but looks like for now I'm gonna have to wait. It's only 10 minutes of the new hours, so plenty of time. Anything can happen on the next 50 minutes. Hello from Atlanta, GA. Welcome. Do you also always enter at market? What does that mean? I don't understand that question. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, I always do that. What do you say about USD CHF? I say that USD CHF is not a stable pair, and I don't really trade USD CHF, but you can send a chart and I can take a look at it. Okay, looks like Aussie dollar, it's gonna be missed. Okay, so for now, the pairs that might give us some continuation are Aussie dollar and Euro USD. One of them or both of them needs to continue down. I would say Aussie dollar is way better, and it's turning bearish. I think it's gonna continue to make a push to the next zone, but looks like we're gonna miss it. Do you trade gold? No, I don't trade gold. I've said this before that gold is too risky right now, and I think there's no need to trade gold. You have plenty of other pairs that are less volatile than gold, and gold it's not really respecting levels at all. So I better stay out of it because there's no need. You have plenty of other pairs. Gold moves from different reasons. It's not just technical, so you have to be very careful. A lot of things affect gold. Let's see. This is a game of waiting, and these big pushes might be only a trick from the London Open, just like it happened Friday. And we might see EJ going all the way down. So what I'm gonna do here is, if this candle manages to close below, then the next one should continue down. That's what I think. It might even continue all the way down from this candle, but entering now would be a bit risky. But I think same thing is happening like it happened with GJ on Friday. Why not trade in EuroCAD? I don't like EuroCAD. It's like I said, is a lot of zones in between. I don't trust it. Too many zones in between. I would like to have a clean zone on the left. But see, we had a lot of rejections at this point here. We have these candles rejecting this one. We have these ones at this. It's too many rejections, too many zones in between. So I would rather just watch EuroCAD because I don't like it. If price would close above this, I would be way more comfortable because most of the candles are rejecting the same level, but here is very messy for me. I'd rather skip that. Maybe EA would be a better setup here. But same thing with EA. I don't trust because there are a lot of zones in between. Benjamin, you can't just hope for the best. I mean, you have to look at the signs that's giving you. If you're on EJ, it's too risky right now. Why just not? Why just wait for the 1 hour to close? You're gonna have a better confirmation after that. You don't need to stress yourself when you have options. GBP, Australian dollar, waiting for another one close above, clean traffic. It's not bad. GA is not bad, but what I always say is that GA is very volatile, and when it comes for a retest, it might go, it might make more than 20 pips pull back, take you out, then continue on your way. But I've seen that happening a lot of times, so I try to trade other pairs that are less volatile. Things way better. Okay, Aussie dollar. Pretty good. Almost 10 pips. How did I miss this? Well, what can we do? GJ pushing a lot. The thing about GJ is when it comes for retest, there's gonna be this resistance that's gonna hold me back. So I don't know if I'm gonna take the retest of this zone here, because you can see so many rejections at this level. It's gonna be very risky trade. If price comes here for a retest, you might see a fake out. So I would rather wait. If price comes for a retest here, that means it's coming from a big resistance. I would rather wait for price to come back in the range. If it does, then I would enter on the retest and continuation to the downside. That would make more sense for me than taking buys on this zone, because this zone is much more stronger than this one. So we'll wait and see. USD CAD didn't give us a retest. Aussie dollar is gone. Euro USD is gone. EJ is pushing down now. GU is now at the retest. I don't think GU has a very good setup. I mean, yeah, we have a small zone here, but I don't trust it. I need a better setup. Okay, if EJ turns bearish, then game over. It's gonna continue down. What is retest? What is that question? A retest is when price breaks a zone, then comes and makes a retest of that zone. So I don't know how to explain. That's a basic thing. If you guys are new, go to this. I'm gonna leave a link here. If you are new, take a look at this website, and you have some basic things that you need to learn, because if you come here and you are new in this industry, then you might not have an idea what we talk about, what we do here. So it's better to have an idea before coming here. It's a lot better for you, and then after you learn some basic things, you can come here and ask for something more than the basics. That would be great for you and for me. Don't you consider wicks while drawing zones? Sometimes wicks are higher than... wicks are all a zone, but in my opinion what matters is where candles close. You can have, let's say you have this is a zone, and now price is moving in between. It's moving in between and leaving wicks above and below the consolidation box. But all these candles are closing at the same level below because they can't break. They try to go above, they can't, they come back in the range, close below this level or this level. They just leave wicks because they try to break and they can't. Now these wicks are all a zone, right? So when price breaks above this and comes for a retest, there's a chance that price might reject from the wicks, but most of the time it's going to come and make a retest to where candles are closed, because that's where the real support is. That's only my opinion, and that's from my experience that I've seen a lot of time. So all the wicks are a zone. So when I say when we have a breakout, we need 10 pips, this is what I mean, because the wicks can be almost 10 pips, maybe sometimes even bigger. So a 10 pip break would mean a close also above the wicks, which would be even better for us. That's it. Yeah, Benjamin, if it does close bearish, then it will probably continue down, but we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. Oh man, hate that I missed this. But what can we do? You move and find another one. I don't think GPP is going to be that strong. I know that we had this push on this current 1 hour candle, but I still don't trust GBP going all the way up. I still don't trust that. So I'm gonna wait for a setup like I said on GJ. Gonna expect a fake out on this zone here because it's coming from another major zone. So major zones versus minor zone, the major zone is gonna win. Okay, so one thing I didn't consider, what if we break above this? And that's what I didn't consider. Yeah, so if we do break above this, we're gonna need at least 10 pips breakout, which means there's gonna be a breakout like this, and when you look left, you see rejections. So what this is gonna be also a rejection from resistance and price coming all the way down. So the thing is, somebody might say that I'm being very picky, but when it comes to real money, you have to be picky because you're gonna risk your money. So you have to be very sure when you risk your money here. And everything we wait for the best one. We wait for the best setup. Now, every time I say, okay, this is too messy, this is too messy, because we are waiting for the best possible setup. We can't just throw, we can't just throw money, in the market, because that's the easiest way. You can just see a setup, okay, I'm taking that, not considering anything that might go against me. We have to consider everything. We have to consider all the things that can happen, what can make this trade good or bad. So unless we have a very good setup, there's no need. You've seen me taking trades without thinking twice. You've seen me taking trades thinking more than one time, considering things. You've seen me not taking anything because there's no good setup. When there's a good setup, I don't think twice. And that means when I don't think too much about a trade I take, that means it's a pretty good trade. It's a pretty good setup, and it meets all our criteria that we want for a setup here for a trader. So let's wait and see. Every time you're right, it does go against my idea. So really, that at least one of us know. Well, it's a learning time. You're gonna have to go through some losses, through some mistakes, so you can find the right way. I've gone through the same mistakes. That's why now I'm being very picky. That's why I look a lot of things right now. I don't take to everything I see, because I've seen my mistakes before and now, and I don't want to do the same mistakes. So that's why I'm here to tell you guys what I did wrong before, so you guys don't have to go through the same way. But maybe at the end you're gonna have to go through it, so you can find it by yourself, and that's the best way, maybe. I mean, you're not gonna teach maybe discipline or risk management until you lose some money and it starts to hurt you. And you start to see yourself that you're losing money, and you can't continue like that. Not Most of people gonna go through losses until they understand. And once you're tired of losses, then you can decide to change and start to, use good risk. Time's gonna come sooner or later. Now, EJ is pushing. Looks like EJ might be a good setup if it does close above. This is a very good zone for EJ, and I don't think that after the breakout gonna have any problem. I think it's gonna be pretty good. Actually, let me check the daily, see what we have on a daily. Daily, it's still at support here. Yeah, yeah. Maybe losing money it's a good thing because you're gonna learn something about it. Like here in my country, let's they say you're not gonna learn how to drive unless you crash the car. Once you crash the car, then you can learn to drive. So we can implement the same idea on trading. You're not gonna learn how to use risk management until you lose some money and you see what can happen, what cannot. I think most of people will have difficulties to use risk management because they have a plan B. You know, if you have a plan B, you're always gonna be willing to risk more. You're always gonna risk more. You're not gonna consider a lot of things when you have a plan B. But when you don't have a plan B, that's when you're gonna consider a lot of things before risking your money. Because you know that if you lose this money, uh, you don't have any other money. But when you have a plan B, you're going to say, okay, even if I risk this, I'm still going to get paid later on this week or this month. I don't know. But I think having plan B really, you know, it's different. It's different. Trading for a living is a lot harder. Trust me. You're gonna consider a lot of things. You're gonna be very picky when you trade for a living because you have no plan B. But when you have a plan B, you're not gonna consider a lot of things. You're gonna say, okay, I don't really care. A lot of people do the same thing because they have plan B. They put $500 this week, they blew it, they wait for next week, they deposit again. They don't learn from mistakes, most of them. Can I give advice to those who start? Yes, you can. Okay, Erman is saying when you have confused ideas about the levels, try to observe the line graph. You will notice the cleanliness of the closures. You can then reobserve the candlestick chart. Personal opinion, of course. Why not? Why not? Yeah, sometimes on uh, the line graph gives you a better, outlook maybe, because with candles you might have a lot of candles. This chart seems messy, but on the line graph you see much clearer. See the chart, but I haven't tried it. I mean, you guys can try that. Why not? Maybe it's gonna help you. Aussie dollar coming again. Well, now it's a done trade. It came again, but it already did a 10 pip move. It reached the next support, so it's a second retest now. That's why we want a retest right away, not after the move is done. Yeah, if you guys like it, try it. You know, there's not just one way to trade. There are a lot of different ways. It's just up to you to choose which one suits you better. Always is going to be uh, different ways of trading. The one that works for you, that's what you have to choose. Break and retest, not gonna uh, be good for everyone. I think it's a very good way of trading, but not everyone has the time like I do have, for example. I do have the time to wait, but somebody else might not have the time. So they choose a different way of trading. I mean, even though a break and retest can be implemented in higher time frames, let's say daily or 4 hour, and you can use break and retest for swings too. It all depends on you. What do you want? What does work for you? Maybe someone doesn't have the same patience like me, wants a different way, wants a more volatile, a different style. So that's all good. Good thing that we have options. We have options that we can choose. That's the good thing. It's not just one way, and then whoever can learn good, whoever can't, it's gonna have to leave it. So here it's not like that. You have plenty of different options to choose, and backtesting is one of the main important things. Do a lot of backtesting, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. I think when I do backtesting, I see myself, I see my level, I see where am I with my trading skills. I think backtesting always helps me a lot. You know, I refresh a lot of things when I do simulation sessions. They help me a lot. I just every time I do a simulator session, I just confirm my way of trading, that my way of trading is very good. Then we go live, we trade the same thing, and it confirms me again that that's the way I should continue. Of course, every time you just get better. Even I learn new things. I see what's every time we take a loss, I look, why did we take that loss? So we can learn from it. Just like when I started to trade break and retest, there was a lot of fake outs. Then I had to, learn why these fake outs happen, why most of the time we get faked out. So we found a reason why they happen. Now, every time that setup comes, we know where to look for fake outs. We know how to avoid them. We know how to make them profitable, how to profit even from the fake outs. So every time we just go learning new things. It's a process. Every day we learn something new. Market always gonna give you more and more and more. Yeah, let's see. We're getting closer to the next to this 1 hour candle close, and we'll look what we can do. GJ probably is gonna close below, even though it pushed a bit higher, but looks like it's not gonna be able to break above. Even if it would, I don't know if I would take it because it's not the best setup ever. GCAD started to push, but I don't know if it's gonna be able to close above. Gonna wait for that too. EuroCAD got rejected. Have to wait and see. If EuroCAD closes below, we might consider. And when it does close like this, we might use a stop loss just above this wick here, which would mean 7 or let's say 10 pips in total, because if it does close above, would have more room to manage the trade, but we'll have to wait and see. If it does close above, that would be a double confirmation. First of all, would have the breakout, then would have the retest, would have the close of this retest below, then next candle should continue down. So we're gonna wait. We have another 10 minutes until the candle close, and we'll see what happens. Okay, it looks like it's gonna close below. Gold, please. No, I'm not gonna look at gold at all. Gold is not for trading right now. Not for me, at least. Not for me, at least. I don't trust gold at all. Yeah, let's see. EuroCAD looks good. If it does close like this, next candle should push up a bit, then continue down. We'll have to wait and see. It has a lot of zones in between, like I said before, but maybe 10 pip move, why not? 15 pips, looks like we have 15 pips range to fill, and make a new low here to wait and see. Okay, coming to the next hour close. The main reason why people want to trade gold is because it's very volatile. So they want fast moves. They want to double the account in one trade. I don't understand why most of the people who start to trade go to gold immediately. Like, you have plenty of other pairs. Gold is just gonna give you a lot of stress. I don't want that stress. Okay. Well, you guys still on EJ? Yeah, a lot of stress, right? Of course, a lot of stress because it's not a good setup. It's not that bad either, but like I said, just wait for the close. See, if you would wait for the close, it's still at the same place. You wouldn't miss anything. Let's see. My white screen burst my eyes. Why, man? I think it's not bad. I turned it to white because you can see the chart way better. Okay, ECAT, don't go without us. Yeah, Fabio, at night you just change the colors. At night you don't need the white one because, yeah, at night it can hurt your eyes. Too bright. It is too bright. I change my colors pretty, a lot of times. Every time I change them, I feel like I am starting fresh. Okay, let's see how this is gonna close. I had it a dark mode, but YouTube, when I start to stream, it loses the quality. So white is much. You can see the numbers and everything much better. Look at this, GJ got rejected all the way down. Nice. Let's wait and see. We were waiting for EuroCAD. Okay, EuroCAD. Okay, we have a good close. We have a good close. EuroCAD. I'm gonna enter some cells. Let's try this. Let's try this. Cells on EuroCAD. Stop loss. I'm gonna use only above the previous wick, which will be, let's see how many pips. It's gonna be a 10 pip stop loss. So let's do this. I'm not gonna use my usual risk here, just so you guys know, because I feel like EuroCAD might do some tricks, so I'm using less risk. Now let's wait and see. We need at least 10 pips. The first target, and second target is the next zone. Let's wait and see. What about NZD/USD? I think there's no trade here. We are almost at the next support on NZD/USD. So I don't see much here. I think you are trying to say to take sells on the retest of this, right? But the thing is, look at this support on the left. So we are very close, almost hit that support, and taking the retest of this zone might be risky. So be careful. See how your cat's gonna go. The thing I said it might play some tricks. The thing is, your cat is known for fake outs. That's why I said I'm gonna use less risk because I don't trust it that much. That's why I didn't enter on the previous candle because basically on any other pair I would enter in this candle. But I waited for this candle. I wanted to be more sure taking a trade on your cat. And the reason is because we have a lot of candles on the left. It's a little bit messy, but I'm trying this. Still, it's a break and retest. So we'll see what happens. Still, we have a breakout. Still, we have a retest. And now, actually, we have another confirmation because it got rejected first. And now it should continue down. Might take some time, but I'm gonna wait and see. We have plenty of time. As long as it stays below, we are good. MI, send a chart, send a chart. And I don't even know what that pair is. AN. Focus on these major pairs better. Now we have to wait. So much waiting. But no worries. Waiting will pay off. Euro JPY closed just below it. The same thing can happen with Euro JPY. Can have continuation after this. UJ went perfectly, but there was no retest. USD CAD the same, there was no retest. What happened with GJ? Okay, GJ closed just above this, but below this major zone. Now, like I said before, if it does close back in the range, I'll take the retest for a downside. Would make much more sense if it would close back in the range. Yeah, it's pushing down. We'll have to wait and see. How about long on Euro NZD? Why long on Euro NZD? There's no breakout yet. Euro NZD is at resistance. There's no breakout yet. If it does break above, then why not? We'll see what happens with your cat first, because it's starting to play some tricks now. It's pushing up. Okay, let's take a look at your chart. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Well, it looks good. It does look good. It looks a very clean setup. Why not taking it? You can take it. It looks very good. I'm on your CAD right now, so I'm gonna stick to this, but you can take this, looks very nice. Unless it's not hitting any other zone here, then this looks perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very good consolidation box, a very good breakout, retest happening, stop loss just below, continuation, looks very nice. Okay, let's look at other options we might have here. In case you're a cat, it's gonna stop us out. I'm gonna find a possible next setup. Euro NZD can be one of them. Let's see what happens with your cat first. See, my stop is at 650, just above the previous candle. So you can see just above the previous wick, to be clear. Okay. GCAT can give us a setup later on if it does break above. If not, we'll see. Maybe we break this support. But first we have to see what happens with EuroCAD, which doesn't look that good. Once it goes above this previous wick, probably is going to continue up. Just being patient. Your cat was retesting for our support when you took it. Very fair. If you didn't take it, then that's all good. And you're right about the 4 hour, because I took a look at the 4 hour after. I think I did a mistake here. Let me take a look again. I said before, 4 hour, not only 4 hour, but the whole your cat is a lot messy. And this might be, it's not a retest. You can say it was a 4 hour retest because the 4 hour retest was way before, and can't say, you can say that it hit 4 hour support. That's true. That is true. But we took the risk. Somebody didn't, some took it. I didn't take the first one, as you can see, because I saw that wasn't the best one ever. But I waited for the rejection, and the rejection came. Price got rejected. We were expecting continuation after the rejection, but looks like not gonna happen. I'll have to wait and see. And we know one of the reasons why this push happened. Four hour might be the reason, but it's all good. Yeah, you might get stopped out because of the spread, but I counted the spread too. So unless it hits 650, not gonna get stopped out. You guys have to count spread too, because of the spread sometimes you might get stopped before price hitting your stop loss. I don't really see much in this setup. I mean, just a matter of time that hits the stop loss. I might even consider if it drops a bit to cut losses short, but it's not gonna let me do that at all. Wait and see. Well, why would I close now? Because it's too close to my stop loss. So it wouldn't make too much difference unless it drops a bit. Then I can cut loss short, but not right now. I said in the beginning I'm using less risk, so I'm not using the same risk as I would use on a regular trade. So risk management is in point. Yeah, a lot of people don't like getting tortured slowly by a pair going against you. But market can do a lot of things. You need to be prepared to get tortured. So I'm only 5 pips in drawdown. I'm not gonna close. Okay. Unless hit my stop loss, not gonna close. Not gonna regret then. If it does go my way, then regret why did I stop before hitting my stop loss. It's only 10 pips. I used less risk, so everything is good. I can take a loss. Can take a small loss. Won't do anything bad to me. It's different when you take a small loss. It's different. It's way more easier to make it back. You know, when you make a 50 pip loss, that's hard to make. Because you're gonna need a very good setup to make that 50 pip loss back. Making 10 pips back is easy. With a one lot size, you lose $100. Not even $100. Yeah, if your spread is a bit higher, then you might lose a little bit more than that. Yeah, spread is pretty important. Okay, Erman, have a nice few weeks. Slow day. Be patient, wait. Whatever happens, it's gonna be a lesson for us. What leverage do you use? 1/500. I think if you use less leverage, it's way better. It helps you with risk management. Even if you don't want to use, it's gonna make you use good risk management. It's not gonna let you open trades. If you can't hold yourself, then use a lower leverage. 1/100 would be very good. Please check the chart. Send the chart and I'll look at it. Back to my entry. Okay. See what happens. If this is gonna continue down more or not. If it goes all the way bearish, we might have a push to the downside. Come on, you're a cat. Don't disappoint us. We'll see. New York session can bring some good setups too. If London is going to be ranging like this, then New York sessions should give us a good trade. We'll see this one how it's going to go first, then think about other setups. Now I know my stop loss is too short, too small, but the thing is, once price goes above that, then I don't think I need to hold above that because it's just a big sign that price may continue up. And most probably, if price would stay above this, would close above resistance, then that wouldn't be a sell anymore. So a sell just above this, I think it's enough for me. Not gonna look at anything else, guys, because I'm on your CAD, right? So can't take two trades at a time. This is the problem. I'm in a trade and you guys are saying, look at this, or you can take this. I'm not going to look at anything else unless I'm done with this. When I'm done with this, then I can look for another trade. Let's wait and see. It's starting to push down. Once it goes below this, then it has to go all the way down here. No, like I said before, I explained why I'm not getting stopped out. Because I count the spread too. If your spread is high, then you count the spread plus 10 pips stop loss. No, I didn't get stopped out. Can you explain this trade? Well, what can I say? We had a breakout. What do we do after breakout? We wait for a retest. So price closed below the support. Made a retest. So we didn't enter on the retest because we thought it's a little bit risky. Once it got rejected, we entered on the next candle. Next candle went all the way up and we used the stop loss just above the wicks. Price came, almost got stopped. Some people got stopped because of the spread, but I didn't. I held. And now price got rejected. As long as it stays below, like I said before, should continue down. And if this candle closes like this, next one should push lower. And if it does go below this, then we're gonna have some nice drop to the downside, which is happening actually right now. We'll see how far this is gonna go. I am 10 pips in profit, 12. Okay, pretty good. Very nice. Finally, ECAD is paying us. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop at break even and I will close some, secure some, why not? Secure some and move your stop at break even. Yeah, now price can go a lot more. Patience, patience, patience. See, patience pays always. No need to worry about a small pullback. 15 pips. Very nice. Now we just wait. Close some, leave some run, and see how far this can go. Patient pace. Once again, there you have another example. Patient pace, you just have to wait. It wasn't the best one ever, can say that, but still not that bad. Still not that bad. We got something. Very nice, very nice. Where should be take profit for the runner? Well, for the runner, the next target should be this next support here. That's a range of 30 pips almost. So, yeah, let's wait and see. Yeah, very nice. So let's see now. Now we can start to look for another opportunity for maybe next session, because this one I don't know if we're gonna get any other setup. Let's take a look. Euro JPY did the same thing, just like we expected. Just like we expected, the same thing. CAD, it's gonna go all the way down. Let's wait and see. Let's just wait and see. Euro USD did the same thing. Aussie dollar, same thing. We could have caught this, but we didn't enter right time. Wanted a bit higher, didn't come, so EuroCAD was the trade. See how far it can go. If your broker shows different different candle closes, then you have a different time. So some brokers show different, for our candles, for example, on some brokers close at a different time, so you might have a different kind of look on your chart. That happens. John, can you John is saying, can you show your numbers of your entry, stop loss, and target? Everything you're asking is here. Everything. See stop loss, and I said also 650 is my stop loss. You see the entry? This is the entry. See the target? Target, I told you, stop 15 pip target, we took the first, and the second one is here. I think you have everything here. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm back. Is USD CAD retesting? USD CAD is rejecting. It's coming from resistance. Not gonna take this. This is not valid anymore for me. So what would be valid for me? A break below this support, a retest, and continuation. This would be valid for me. Nothing else. Just gonna wait and see what happens. Your CAD is rejecting, so don't forget stop loss at break even. Just to be sure, no need to risk your profits. GBP is pushing. GJ is pushing too. Now, the thing is, on GJ, I'm gonna clean this. First of all, we had this small consolidation box, right? And we said we're gonna wait for a breakout, but we skipped this because it was a major resistance right here. And we saw all these rejections from the past. And we said, okay, what are we gonna do is, we're gonna wait maybe for a break and retest back in the range, but it didn't happen. It actually respected this zone, but also it got rejected from resistance. Now, the fact that price made a small breakout and a retest of this zone means that we're already done with this zone. So now we can take a break and a retest of this zone. Because first, if we would have a break of this zone here, we would know that if it does retest this, there's a slight chance that it might come lower to make a retest of this zone too, then continue up, and would be a deep drawdown here. But now that price already done with this zone, we can wait for a break of this resistance, a retest, and continuation. What about this next zone that we talked about may cause some problems? If price stays like this, doesn't push higher, then makes a retest, we have a range to fill. But if price goes all the way up here, then comes for a retest, that's when it becomes a little tricky. You know, it's a more risky because it's coming from another zone, even though this is a much stronger zone. Compared to this is just only a minor zone compared to this one. So we have a breakout. We have a breakout. Let's wait and see. We're gonna enter on the retest. Be ready. Your CAD closed all the way up here. If it does stop outside break even, then no worries. We already made our pips. Okay, we have a very nice close, guys. Let's wait. Enter on the retest at 138.450, around there. It's going to be my entry. Target 1, target 2. First target, second target around here. Stop loss is going to be 20 pips. 47, 37, 27. Stop loss is going to be all the way down here. After the retest, I'm going to expect continuation, first target and second target after that. Let's wait and see if we're going to get a retest. Hope so. GBP and ZD break and retest. Okay, you can take it if you want. Not gonna trade GBP NZD because I don't like that pair.
On each of my.
Okay, it needs to come a little lower. We have another 5-6 pips to drop. After that we can enter longs and ride this all the way up. I don't want to see this doing the move before the retest because then it wouldn't be valid anymore. Because it already made a small pullback. I hope this is not the last kiss. Somebody would say last kiss before pushing up. Want this to come lower. We need this to come at least at 138.450, 470, 80. That would be the best. Okay, come on GJ. GJ is coming. Gold is not for me. Gold is not for me. Euro USD, there's nothing happening on Euro USD. GBP USD, okay, GBP USD looks way better. I think GBP USD can come a little lower here to make the retest, but yeah, I think it's gonna continue up. I think so. It looks pretty good actually. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take buys on GBP USD. Let's see how many pips can I use here as stop loss. I'm gonna use 15 pips stop loss, and the next zone should be around here. Next target for GBP USD. Okay, we have a breakout, a retest, and should continue up, fill this range to the upside, continue to this next resistance. It was a very small breakout, but the momentum is pretty strong. We had a close, a retest, and now price should continue up. This should go bullish now for another 10 pips. We'll see how much we can take here. Okay, I think 10 pips first would be good because we have a small resistance right here. So that should be the first target, I think, for GU. Also, this current candle doesn't have a top wick, so it should go and make one. But thing is, this can come a little lower, like I said, because this is the main zone here on GU. And if it does come lower, I'm gonna make another entry here. Should know that. If it does come lower, I'm gonna enter again. This will be my first entry, and if it does come lower, I'm gonna make another entry. We'll see. First target has around 15 pips range. Second one, another 15, total 30 pip range. We'll wait and see if it's gonna continue or not. GJ, what about GJ? Okay, GJ came too. Good, but we entered GU. Someone can enter GJ. I entered GU, so I'm gonna stick with the GU for now. Hey, come on, GU, let's go. Turn bullish. Once turned bullish, another push, we reach the next zone, then we can continue to the next one. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Patience, patience, patience. Now, guys, if you took, let's say, GJ, you don't have to take GU2. No, that's over trading. Just stick to one. Choose one, or to GJ or GU. I choose GU. I think it's pretty good too. But saying GJ was also good. But taking, unless you split the risk on both of them, that's a different case. But if you already have the whole risk on one and you take another, let's say you have a 1% risk in a trade and you took that, but you're entering another 1% and you're going against your rules, that's not good. I wouldn't suggest that to you. But if you split that 1% into different pairs, then that's okay. It's up to you. Okay, come on, GU. Very nice push. How many pips we have here? Not enough. We need more. We need more. So we have around 8 pips. We need more. 10, 15 at least. Wow, that is perfect. 13 pips. Very nice, guys. Very nice. Okay, secure some. We hit the next target. We hit the next resistance. Now we might have a rejection. So to be sure we secure some, we move our stop at break even. Stop loss at break even, and you secure some. Second trade, second win. Very nice. No need to risk your profits. Like I've said before, your target should be 20 pips if you have a clean chart on the left, if you have a clean traffic on the left. If there is a reason why you should take profits earlier, then why not? Why risking your profits? When you have the chance to enter, to secure some, and to leave some run. So yeah, see how we got rejected. The reason is this resistance, this small resistance. Can price still continue to the upside? Of course it can, but this can cause some problems. First of all, it can reject first like it did, can come and close our runners, but that's okay because we already secured our profits. What happened with GJ? Yeah, GJ went perfectly as well. GJ went perfectly as well. GU as well, very nice. So 2 trades, 2 wins plus GJ, but I don't trade I don't take 2 trades at a time, as you know, but we'll see. GU can still continue up. If it doesn't stop our runner, that would be great, but looks like it's coming. Still in GU, my runner is not stopped yet. Okay, if your runner got stopped, no worries. No worries, we already got some, so that's important. That's why I said take profits. You see, when you have a reason, don't ignore that. When market's telling that this might cause you problems, then you have to take that advice. There was a resistance zone, and it told us better secure some here because it might reject. Nice, very nice, guys. See, patience pays always. Always. We waited like two hours, then boom, we have 2 trades, very nice ones. We got paid at the end of the day. Yes, I do this daily. I do this on a daily basis. Every day London session. Yes. 7 a.m. UK time. Is that right? 7 a.m. UK time every day. Let's see, GU. Yeah, my position survived on GU. Let's see how far this can go. Pretty good setup. See what I mean when candles doesn't leave a wick, a top wick or a bottom wick. You saw what happened live here over and over again. Every time a candle doesn't have a top wick or a bottom wick, when it does make a breakout, most of the time that means that momentum is very strong and you'll have continuation after it. This was just one of the examples of that. Okay. What about your cat? Your cat got rejected after this 15 pips move. The runner still, yeah, I still have a runner on your cat. Still, we'll see how it goes. Maybe it's gonna start to push up. Once it does, if it does push up, we have this chance if we do break above a retest and continuation, then another chance here if we do close above this resistance, which is a pretty strong one. Look at how many rejections we had. So it seems a pretty decent resistance. Also this one. So we have the possibility of making 2 trades on your CAD here once we do have a breakout, of course. We already had a break and retest to the downside, Now if price can't continue down, we can see a possible break and retest to the upside, then another one here. So we'll have to wait and see. My stop loss on G was 15 pips, just below this support here. And I entered the trade at 1.30750, made 13 quick pips, stop loss at break even. Price was in a bullish momentum, closed above this resistance, but there was a chance that price might come deeper. So we said that we're going to enter here, but if it does come lower, we're going to make another entry. It didn't come lower, it respected this level, made a quick push to the upside. We closed here because of this resistance, because we know that can cause some problems. And now price stopped me at break even, so we're all good. Made some nice pips here. Okay, let's take a look. We have a chart here. Okay, US dollar, Swiss franc. We have a breakout, waiting for retest to continue up. It looks good, not bad. The only problem is if you look a little to the left, you can see this zone here. I don't know if this is going to bother you or not, but it would bother me because you have rejection from the same level, and you have these rejections to the higher than this. Now, last time you can see that you have 3 candles rejecting this zone, but they all came close below this. I would say it's a little bit risky trade here. Personally, I don't think I would take this trade. I would rather wait for another setup, another pair. I don't really trade USD CHF. It's not one of the pairs that I trade, but why not if it does give you a good setup. USD CAD is still in this small consolidation box. I'm gonna wait until it breaks either to the upside or to the downside. More rejections, the better the trade's gonna be. So just gonna wait and see what happens. Can we take another trade on GJ as I have taken on my runner stopped out? Is it good to wait for candle close, or can we take the trade again? I wouldn't suggest you to take the trade now, because you already got the first rejection, and now entering again would be risky. I think it would be risky, pretty risky, even though this support is like a key level for GJ. But to be honest, I wouldn't feel very comfortable now that you had already the first retest, and also price came to this next resistance, would mean that price got rejected and it's coming from another zone. So be careful. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to go now. It was a very nice session. 2 trades, 2 wins. Not bad at all. I hope you guys found this helpful. And I'm gonna have to go. So have a nice day, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time. and use good risk management. Don't risk your profits now. We already made profits. If you want to take a trade, just use a small percentage. Risk a small percentage of your profits. Don't risk them all. It's not worth it. And take care. I might even not take any trades on your session, but if I see a good one, why not? But always risking only small percentage of the profits. Thank you everyone. Have a very nice day. See you later on. For some see you tomorrow. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. If you like the session, give it a like, subscribe, anything you want. And let's grow this community together.